1/3 of Rocafella Inc., which owns Reasonable Doubt, is for sale. And I've gotten a lot of calls, a lot of offers. I don't know if people are hummer stunting, or not. We'll see who shows up. But I definitely got some very healthy offers, and I appreciate those. And, obviously, if someone's trying to hate on the price or trying to devalue it, it would be because they want to buy it, like a first right of refusal. So if you do want to buy 1/3 of Rocafella Inc., you are going to have to bring some bread. And anything over 10 million, I'm going to sweeten the pot. You get an original Rocafella chain from off my neck. So, I say, because I was the only one that gave out Rocafella chains when Rocafella really existed. If I don't give you the chain, it's not a legit Rocafella chain. You get one of these, this is legit. This is the old school one from off my neck. Like how when I took one off my neck and gave one to Kanye, Cameron, all that. So, again, if you're going to call, please have the intention of spending some real money and actually completing the transaction. But if you come with the right amount of money, you're going to get a chain. Or, at least you'll have to battle with homeboy on the first right of refusal. Hop.
We don't promote positive and ownership of your company. I'm making it cool to be smart.
What's going on with all my billionaires out there? This the guy, Hoods Billionaire. Welcome to Hoods Billionaire TV. Big favor, big abundance. It's cool to be smart. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Dame Dash being forced to sell 1/3, his third of Rocafella Inc. To satisfy some judgments. Let's talk about it. So, Dame Dash, man, being forced to sell 1/3 of Rocafella Inc., right, which was started by him and the other founders, which is Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, and Kareem Biggs Burke, right? All of them own a third collectively, which gives them full ownership of Rocafella Inc. Well, Dame is running across some legal troubles, as we known over the last, it seemed like decade. They've been making sure they report on it. Trying to make Dame look a certain way. But Dame has to satisfy some judgment. So first he has to satisfy a judgment of $823,000 that he owes to producer Josh Weber, that he lost a judgment against for a movie that him and Josh were both working on. Also he owes the state of New York $8.7 million in back state taxes. That is insane. New York, y'all, or man, I see why people is moving from New York and California. I mean, that is crazy. Hey, man, thank you, Texas. I love the whole state of Texas. No state tax here. Thank you, God. You know what I mean? I'm very appreciative of that. Very much so. 8.7 million in state taxes. Damn, that's a lot. Okay, and then he owes $193K in unpaid child support. Man, gotta make sure you pick the right woman, man. Almost $200,000 in child support. I hope that's backed up for like the last 10 years or so. I hope that's not just like a year or two of child support, because that's insane once again, But I mean, Dame, all of that adds up to about 10 million. So I mean, Dame owes about 10 million for different judgments for different things. Out of that 10 million, he already pretty much let it be known. Y'all saw the video that anything over 10 million, he's going to give an official Rocafella chain off his neck, right? He said those are the original Rocafella chains. He was the first person to start taking Rocafella chains off his neck and giving them to artists. I do remember that. Cameron, Kanye, I believe Twista also as well. He was taking Rocafella chains off his neck and giving them. He was the first person doing that. So definitely got to give that to him. Now, Jay-Z and Biggs, they both got together, and they pretty much made it to where Jay-Z has the right to refusal, right? I believe, he already pretty much let it be known that the rights go back to him in 2031 after the 35-year copyright law, right? So he gonna get the rights back anyway, soon regardless. But I think he's trying to do that maybe just to devalue like Poker Face, you know what I'm saying, so he can get it for the lowest value. But I honestly want Dame to get out of, debt. You know what I mean? I want him to get out of debt. I want him to be able to, pay his baby mama, pay his estate tax, pay Buddy the judgment that he own him, and be able to put away a couple M's, man, just to have. You know what I'm saying? I need him to be able to put away a couple M's just to have and rebuild and rebrand. You know what I'm saying? Because them guys are brothers, man. I feel like they'll work that out eventually because they built something really special. So allegedly, Jay-Z has the right to first refusal. And then the thing about it, the reason that he wants it back is because the third of Rocafella Inc. owns Reasonable Doubt, right? Owns the masters to Reasonable Doubt. So, Jay-Z wants all his masters. I believe he has all his masters except for Reasonable Doubt. And of course, he wants that one because that was his very first album. And then they will go back to him in 2031. I mean, but that's about 7 years away. So I mean, yeah, if he wanted to get it early, so I could understand that also as well. He's also letting it be known that anybody who does buy it, if it's not him, they're a minority owner and they don't have any authority or decision making for Rocafella Inc. Right? So they don't get to make any decisions. They don't have any authority. They're just a minority owner. Right? It's just like, a minority owner, I'm assuming, for a basketball team. I don't think they have any decision making. Like when Jay owned that, I think it was less than 1% of the Nets. Right? When he did have that ownership, I don't believe he had any decision making or anything like that. Right? So it is what it is there. Now people say what they want about Dame, right? But Dame was the first person to really talk that boss talk in hip hop, bro. He is very much so culturally needed. Okay, he was the first person talking like a boss, saying that you should own everything, saying that you should have ownership in everything. Him, Master P, and Jay Prince. Even though Jay Prince wasn't really vocal about owning everything, I'm talking about Dame was one of the first ones being vocal. Bro, we own everything, buy everything. It's cool to be smart, right? That's really kind of where I had coined that phrase, "it's cool to be smart," from that CNN interview with him and Cameron, where Dame was saying, I made it cool, for kids to want to be bosses and be CEOs. I made it cool to be smart. And he did. He really did, man. Because I'm going to keep it real. Dame had everybody. That Rockefeller wave, when it was really popping, bro, he had everybody like, just on that vibration, wanting to be a boss. Man, they own Rockefeller Records. They own Rockaware. They got the Armadale alcohol. They got, they just was doing everything. Everything was Rockefeller. And it was just so hard to just see somebody build a brand like that. You know what I mean? So he did make it cool. And Dame was the first one calling out culture vultures, bro. He really was. He was the first person. Why does everybody have to go on Vlad? Why does Vlad have a space in hip hop? Why does Leor Cohen, why has he made so much money off of black artists? You know what I mean? More money than they done made. You feel what I'm saying? So he was the first person calling out culture vultures. He was the first person, really speaking on that also, as well as being a boss. So I understand, man. I really feel like he got blackballed for that. And I feel like they painted him to a certain way. Put a certain narrative on Dame. You know what I mean? Because really, I feel like him and Jay and Biggs, I feel like they can squash that. Time heals all wounds. And they'll get back together because they brothers and they built that from the ground up. But I feel like, the Leors and those type of guys, I feel like that smut been put on Dame name for him to, look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But Dame really responsible for the, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart has said, you know what I'm saying? Y'all seen him in Paper Soldiers and all that. Dame done put a lot of people on, man. So, hopefully he able to pay off all his debts and be able to put away a couple million and rebrand, and they get that stuff together where he can really take back off, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. This the guy who is being their big favor, big abundance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. It's the guy who is being their big favor, big abundance. It's cool to be smart. I'm gone.